Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me calling you? Hey guys, this is Silver 5150 here, singing Mike and Mechanics because I am with the mechanic today. All right, I told you guys we're going to finally get him. We missed out a couple of weeks ago because we got caught up in some other stuff, but he is sharing his stack with us today. Is this not awesome? Let's just take a close look here at the stack from a distance. Guys, there's some things in here you're going to really enjoy this. So we're going to go and take a quick look at the stack, and then we're going to sit down with the mechanic and we're going to talk about the economy, the life, the universe, everything, coins. Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's correct. That is a Porky Pig Looney Tunes coin from the Perth Mint, and it is a really limited mintage proof, probably about 1,200 to 5,000 minute of those and stuff, and that's from his childhood, which I think is very cool. All right, we've got graded Alderney puffins. We've got Atmex Mint Direct for days and days and days. Eagles, maples, right? Got some more maples here. Some Incuse maples. We got some lunar maples. We've got Provident Dragons, the entire set up into the Chinese, and then we're gonna fix his set with some Indians and some Egyptians. I've got Valcambi combi bars, multiple combi bars. You know, the fractional stuff, guys, we were talking about this, why fractional is so important. You're going to need these things in your local economy to do all the gray market activity we talked about, yard sales, Craigslist, Facebook, all that stuff, and the farmer's market. The most beautiful coin in the world, this is a 6-ounce Eagle replica. All right, and there's a cool story behind that. We'll talk about talk with the mechanic about that. And look at that; it's like 1/2 troy pound of fine silver, the most beautiful coin. And just to give you an idea, here it is compared to a regular silver eagle, and it's a proof like in its finish. Pretty awesome. 1/2 ounce Atmex brand gold rounds. Okay, and these are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, from Atmex, we'll go ahead and put that there like that. We've got our Hollywood pack with Porky Pig. We've got Darth Vader. You knew the consequences. Yes, and we have the Lion King coins, all right, out of Nui. Okay, 2 of those. We got some John Wick there from Lionsgate Films. John Wick, we hope he's going to make a 4th movie here soon. And then in our British offerings, we have the Royal Mint Proof. This is a 2019 proof from the Royal Mint for the Britannia, right? And the most beautiful 10-ounce bar ever made, the Royal Britannia, the Royal British Royal Mint Britannia bar, 10-ounce bar. Atmex Mint Direct koalas, Silvertown bar. There's a cool story behind that. All right, and then we've got some Aztec rounds here, 5-ounce and 1-ounce. Okay, South Korea, we've got the 2018 South Korean Tiger. Let's go ahead and straighten him out there. Very beautiful coin, and that was my 2018 coin of the year, by the way, if you guys remember from my old show. 2019 Tigers, plenty of those. Cannot have too many of those. Very, very cool for 2019. And then, let's see, more dragons, Incuse maples. All right, and then here we've got some nice Incuse maples inside a tube. All right, and guys, hold on to your hats. Yes, we have some gold maples there. The coolest silver on earth. These are old 1922 peace dollars in a Bank of Chicago bag, right? It's a whole pile of them. We're not going to ask how Mike got these, but we think he jacked the bank and got those when he was like 1 year old. Anyway, no, just kidding. All right, so we're going to sit here. We've got the mechanic here, and we're going to talk about this cool stack. Mechanic, how you doing today?
I'm good.
All right, we're going to start with this. We're going to start with this eagle, because I think this was back when you and we first started stacking. I started, coming over and say, hey, Mike, silver this and silver that. And didn't you tell me, you said you liked the eagle?
Yes. Well, we were sitting at this very table,
Yes.
and how he brought that out, and I just fell in love with it, and I slobbered all over myself and everything else, talking about that. And time went on, but it never left my mind.
Nope, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
One day we were traveling down to Sacramento, and he says, that big old coin that I showed you? And I said, yeah, I remember. and he said, "You want it? I'll sell it to you."
That's right. I had it for years, and I'd enjoyed it for
And
years.
he didn't even get the last syllable out when I said sold.
Sold. Yeah, that's right. You did. You totally did. You said so. I was wasn't done talking yet, but okay then. Yeah, so we made a deal, and like I told you guys, like I did with the broker, and I sold him those gold tigers. I extend a good value to my friends because my friends are more important than the actual outcome of the value of this metal. The metal being shared in our community, and being traded and being sold back and forth with one another. We need to always do each other right because in the end, it's these relationships that are more important than the coins themselves. The coins are just a vehicle which we facilitate and grow in these relationships and stuff. And so, it's funny because the other day I came back to the mechanic. I was like, hey, man, so you looking to sell that Eagle back? And you said?
I said, well, does Siamese twins enter into your mind?
Connected at the hip, joined at the hip, him and his coin. So it's never going to leave his possession again. But he says we can share it today. So we're looking at it today. And guys, I'm telling you, I can't stop. Look at the size of my hand. Look at the size of the coin. It's ridiculous how big it is. And it's beautiful in proof in an identical replica to the regular Eagles and stuff like he has here. And man, you did a pretty good pickup in 2016 on these Maples and these Eagles. Now, what was your motivation behind the big purchases in 2016?
Well, it was the end result of one of our many conversations. We sat down, drank too much coffee.
Oh gosh, so good though.
And I, I just said, now it's going to happen. I was convinced that it was time to go, and I just my first purchase was with these here in the back, and I wanted half Canadians and half U.S. and that's how I got started.
Yeah, well, you certainly made a good mark there, and you definitely took a haul on those. And this is just, I love how now, did these coins come in these protective cases like this?
Yes, just like that.
So I didn't know APMEX had those because I've bought like chunks of, and maybe it was just for 2016, 17 maybe. I bought chunks of Mint Direct and Mint Direct Premier coins, but I've never had those boxes offered to me. They had some ones, if you order like say 25 or something like that, they had like little thin blue boxes for a short time, and then those were gone. Yeah, I bought some Dolphins.
No, that's how it was pictured.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, well, they're not like spaghetti. They don't flop
Exactly,
all
they'll flop
over
because
the
they will
place.
flop all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll stack a little bit and stuff too. But these right here, it's a good setup because it's good for display. I like the way it displays and stuff too. And so you went and you bought those and stuff. And by the way, Mechanic, he's not just a silver stacker. You've invested in other things too over time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, different asset classes and stocks and maybe little bonds and stuff. And let's go to this Britannia coin right here. So what was it? You were shopping and you saw this 10-ounce bar?
Yes. Well, I was just in the mood. I don't know. I ran across it and it was absolutely beautiful. It just took my breath away.
It is the most beautiful bar ever.
And I'm sorry I didn't buy a dozen of them
Yeah.
at the time. I mean,
Yeah.
truly,
Yeah.
it just took
You-
my breath away.
Do you recall what you paid for this? Any idea?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like anywhere between 180 and probably 190 at the time because when I bought some, you bought yours about the same time I bought mine.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and I remember paying, just right around 180 something, maybe up into no more than 190 during that time because premiums weren't that high at that time.
Yeah.
But if you want this bar now, you have to go dig around for it on the web, and good luck finding one. I think there's some place to have one. I think BSAGC has them. Buy Gold and Silver Company. They have them, and they're out of stock. We looked it up yesterday,
Really?
and when they ran out of stock, they were $216 a pop then.
Okay.
And I can tell you right now, with the premiums the way they are, and with the craziness in limited inventories, even on APMEX, the premiums are a lot higher. So you're probably going to look at paying $220, $230 for these bars, just like with the Royal Canadian Mint bars, the 10-ounce bars.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure it's been a good return on that.
Oh no doubt about it, no doubt about it.
But it is beautiful.
Yes.
Just beautiful.
And where did you get this kind of questionable Silvertown bar, this 10-ounce Silvertown bar? Do you recall where you got that?
Yeah, I remember when I bought that. I can't tell you what year, but I can remember pushing the button on a computer.
Yes.
You know what?
Actually, I'm gonna give you a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
That's the one I bought from you.
That's right. That's right. I sold you this bar. I
It
sold you
was
this bar.
this one that I pushed
Yeah,
the button
this one you
on.
started pushing the button.
Okay.
Yeah, you were struck by that one and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I thought I'd just give you a hard time on
You
this one.
did. You
But
got
yes.
me.
Yep.
You know what? This came because of this one.
Okay, so you saw that and you felt that.
When you pick that up, it just tells you.
You can feel the weight of the wealth in it, right?
Yes,
I always tell the guys that, man.
Yes.
I always tell the
And
guys.
that's what inspired that one.
Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, 10-ounce bars right now, in fact, guys, we talked about earlier this week, 10-ounce bars, generic ones especially, they're probably your best bang for the buck if you want to pay low premiums and get some good silver, is a good way to go. Now, once you get into these fancier bars, of course, you're going to pay the same premiums as maybe some other rounds and stuff. But the coins are the ones that are really starting to pop. And yesterday, Mechanic, I had on my channel, I showed people my AppMex account, just parts of it and how it worked. It shows you where the current value is versus, say, what you paid and stuff. And that's how I tracked those Libertads that time, to see that they had popped in price all of a sudden. And so, and it's just, it's amazing to me, even though the sovereign coins usually have a much higher mintage than, say, some of these limited edition coins, these rounds, out of the different mints, they still command the highest premiums because people are the most familiar with the sovereign idea, fiat, idea and stuff. And that shows how much people still trust government, which we know is probably not the smartest thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Try not to trust in the government too much, but you've got all the bases covered here. So your fractionals, for example.
Yeah, these were. I just enjoyed these when I first looked at them. I went, "Wow, that is so sweet."
They do look rich, don't they?
Yes, they do. And in just using your imagination, I could see the day when you're going down to the market.
Yes.
And you break one off and you buy some groceries.
Yes.
You
do,
and
exactly.
That's my motivation for those.
Oh man, that's awesome to hear. And I try to get people to understand that and stuff when I talk about the fractionals, how important they're going to be, especially silver, because silver is just something people more closely resonate with. Don't get me wrong, the gold is cool too. But go ahead.
These what are these? 1/10?
Yeah, 1/10 Walking Liberty
Right.
rounds. Yeah.
Anyway, and when I was picking these up, this was for staying alive.
Yes. For surviving right away.
And that's what it was. When I initially bought those, I said, "Okay, I'm good now."
Yes.
And then I start going after the coins.
Ah, okay.
I
That's a
wanted
very
to
good.
take care of
Yeah.
my wife and I and make sure we could eat.
Yes, and function economy. So you guys hear that? So the mechanic says, look, take care of, the homestead first, and make sure you have your fractionals, go after fractionals if you can find a good deal. They're very hard to find a good deal now. But I'm going to tell you something. This is the new normal, okay? Me and the broker and the mechanic, we all used to pay, somewhere in the neighborhood of, $2 to $3, for one of these 1/10 ounce silvers, and now it's more like $4, and that is just the nature of the beast. If you think about when I started in 2013, mechanics started in 2016, that was a different inflationary structure. Things didn't cost as much, or things weren't as highly inflated then. Well, they are now, and so if you want these tents, if you want the Valcamas, if you can find them, there's going to be a higher premium on them. You're probably going to pay anywhere from $125 to $150 for Valcami, but that still puts you at $1.50 per gram, okay? Or you're going to be paying anywhere from $4 to $5 for a 10th ounce of silver, which is a very high premium, but the fractionality of it really keeps you from spending, say, an ounce or something like that. It's going to save you actually more silver and more money over time to do that. So don't be afraid to dive in if you find some 10th ounce coins for, say, in the $3 and change, or if you find a Valcamis for around 120.
Just buy them.
Thank you. See?
Just buy them.
That's what I'm talking about.
And same with these.
Yes.
These here. They're easy to stack. They're easy to put away.
Very easy. You can put them in your breast pocket, walk around, have all that currency.
And this may feed you.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Especially when the dollar's starting to stink up the place.
We're starting into some pretty scary times.
It is.
And we're not there yet. But
No.
It's about ready to hit full bloom.
It'll come like a thief in the night. On
Yep.
Tuesday, everything will be great, and on Wednesday, flames the sky, hides the sky.
Yep.
It's just, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Anyway, so that's what I started with, just to make sure that I could still feed the family.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, what made you pounce on these fractional golds here? These are Maple Leafs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you decide on these?
Just wanted to have a little.
Just want to have a little. Yeah,
you know,
no, just a little.
And I, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have the half ounce and the fractional ones
Right.
because if I'm buying something where we're trading metals,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that might be a vehicle to get around.
Exactly. Yes.
Instead of 5 ounce,
Right.
you know, not too many people would have the change for something.
They
like
would
that.
not. They would
And
not.
So, and I, over time, I will add to that.
Add to that. But you know what I love the most about your gold
What?
versus your silver is your ratio is about the same as mine.
Oh, is it
Your
really?
gold, yeah, your gold silver ratio is mine. I'm saying my gold silver ratio is probably, I'm gonna say in terms of ounces, I'm probably 1 ounce of gold to every 1,000 ounces of silver. So in this particular
Yeah.
case, I think you have 1,000 times more silver than you do gold, and so it's the same ratio. And the thing is, it has a lot to do with the value or the devaluation of silver in terms of spot price against gold.
Right.
You know, because in nature and in most biblical times and in most ancient times, you had a gold silver ratio of probably 1 to 10 or 1 to 8 versus say today where it's still 110 to 1.
Yeah,
Silver to gold.
when I bought the half ounce golds and these 10th ounce,
Mm-hmm.
the price was really low at the time.
Right. I think you're in the 12s. I think it's 12. The spot
Yeah,
price is
somewhere,
12. Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I wished I would have bought 10 times as much.
Yeah,
but
of course. That's the thing. It's like you never know when you're going to enter the game.
Right.
You never know what's going to be to your advantage in the game. The only thing you do is steal the most value you can at that time.
At that time, and this was part of the same with the silver,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the fractional ones. It's just to make. Might buy you some gasoline. It might buy
Yes.
you who knows
The
what.
things you need to
Tires
survive.
for your vehicle.
Yes.
And
I told the guys, and I think we're going to actually see a period. We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, to where we're going to see inflation, stagflation, and deflation all at the same time.
yeah.
All at the same time, and it's going to be one of those things to where the things you don't need are going to be deflated. Okay, like luxury cars and premium real estate and all that, and then the things you are going to need are going to be inflated. Probably to the moon. Now, inflated means what? Inflated means in terms of dollars, it's going to cost a lot more dollars to buy stuff. But if gas is $70 a gallon, what do you care if, say, this peace dollar is going to get you $400?
Yeah.
Because you can still survive with
can
the
survive.
inflated silver
That's
that's
exactly-
inflated with, yes.
That's exactly right. My theory.
Yes, silver and gold, they both pace inflation or outstrip inflation when the time comes, and this is why it's so important.
You know, to me, I'm not really concentrating too much on the actual value.
Right.
What I'm looking at is what can I buy,
Yes, purchasing power.
purchasing power, and when there is no money,
Mm-hmm.
or it takes a wheelbarrow to mail a letter full of money.
Full of cash, Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Remember those kids in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that I can eat.
Yes. And that's really what it comes down to, the eating, having fresh water and stuff. A couple of weeks ago, I did a couple of prepper videos, and I'll show you those here when we set up stuff for you later. Explaining, like, for me, it's almost like a military thing, to where you go, okay, what's the element or lack of an element that can kill you the quickest? Not having air.
Yeah.
3 minutes without air, and you're probably going to be toast. Okay, so air, you need air. So I've got the powered respirators, and I've got the regular N95 mask and stuff. You want to have clean air. Then of course water's next. So got some water purification, got some bottled water and stuff like that. After that is food. You can only live so long without food. And of course, shelter, that's a given for anybody. But you kind of think in those contexts. And then I also said that you want to do as much as you can to prepare with those things. But for everything you can't account for, there's gold and silver. Mm-hmm. There's gold and silver. I can't do my own dental work. I'm not that skilled or talented or brave. All right, I can't. Do any medical stuff at all for myself and whatnot. And in some cases, like I don't have a garden right now. We're talking about that. Like you've got a really nice garden. And guys, yes, I take advantage of the mechanic's garden because he is actually a genius when it comes to irrigation and watering systems. And the garden is a byproduct of that. And it's like the most beautiful stuff you've ever seen and just the biggest tomatoes and everything like that. So this is part of the network I was talking about, having, quality friends and quality people around you, working as a network, working as a neighborhood, and just, just watching out for each other. There's things that I have that he may need access to. There's things that he has and I might need access to. But we just do the right human thing. We just do the human thing and we take care of each other instead of all of this, overabundance and greed, and then scarcity and sin on the other side. We don't do that.
Yeah, the greed part it just doesn't fit into us.
No, no.
There's no purpose.
It's not even a natural feeling.
No.
It's uncomfortable, isn't it? It's uncomfortable. So, okay, do you recall what made you? When you spotted this Porky Pig? Was it just random shopping, or were you after it?
No,
actively?
I had been browsing, and the more I just went right on by the Porky Pig,
Right.
but it just triggered so many memories of cartoons when I was a child,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up going back, and I said, no, I'm gonna get him. He's been my buddy for a lot of years,
Yeah, no doubt.
and anyway, it's a beautiful coin.
Bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I loved all the Looney Tunes and all of the the Tom and Jerry, the old classic cartoons. A lot of you millennials and stuff out there, you guys don't know about that, you younger stackers. But you can look it up, you can research and stuff. Back then, cartoons, they actually had a little element of violence to them.
Oh, absolutely.
You remember, like Wile E. Coyote, he was always falling off a cliff and and blowing himself up with Acme products, or Elmer Fudd, he was always trying to shoot Bugs Bunny down a rabbit hole, and then Tom and Jerry, they would throw axes and stuff at each other. And you couldn't, of course, you can't do that now because it's considered too violent. But this is why we are as stable as we are,
Yes.
right? Our generations.
I mean, it's if you did something wrong, you got to whoop them.
Yeah, you know what? Spoil the rod. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
And now it's so disgusting. We're not raising men anymore.
No, it's an unusual time when you come across a man's man that's going to get out there and because you think about it, think about some of these projects. How long do you think it would take to build the Empire State Building right now, given all of the OSHA regulations and safety and the
20 years
environmental
through the restrictions on
environmental impact would take 20
yeah.
years? Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yep. We're not going to get too political here, folks, but you all know what's wrong with the world, which is why we do this, because we're awake. This type of activity, one of the most beautiful stacks that I've actually had a chance to focus on here. This is the result of, being prepared, looking ahead, and just, realizing that this kind of preparation is going to be a pure advantage to you somehow, some
One
way.
of the things that led me to finally pull the trigger and get going was the many conversations that we had
Yes.
about everything, about the world,
Yes.
where we're going,
Right.
and we would always end up about how we going to prepare for it.
Right.
And all of a sudden one day I had heard enough, and it was time to act.
Yes.
And I can encourage everybody, if you haven't acted yet, don't wait.
Absolutely.
Go tonight
Yes.
and buy something.
Buy your durable goods. The dollar is really strong right now.
Yeah, and for me, the small fractional stuff is a good place to start. Take care of your pantry first,
Yes.
and then go after the bigger
Yes.
coins.
I totally agree, man. I totally agree. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the day. Mechanic, thank you so much for letting us enjoy your stack, man, and hanging with us. And the guys, you guys, I know you're going to love this. Please feel free to comment and stuff. But just a real quick aside, the gentleman here with us, Mechanic, he is just one of these guys all around, good, engineering minded, did a lot of good contracting back in the day, has lived a good, solid, moral life and stuff, and just trying to, always trying to stay ahead of the game. Just great people, great friend, man. I appreciate you.
And same with you. I have my saying, and my saying is, and it's how I grade people, is I would say that's a guy I want in my foxhole.
Thanks, man. Yep.
And you are somebody that's going to be in my foxhole.
That's it, because the battle's coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be here. I'm not sure if I want to live through it or be gone first.
Yeah, I know.
That's the tough part.
That's the tough part. But if there's going to be a chance you're going to be through it, live through it, you want to be as prepared as you can.
You want to stick around and put your 2 cents in there. But it's this is just a fraction of where we're heading
Yes,
in our societies.
no doubt about it.
But you must have this to survive the rest of it. You have to.
True words never been spoken. By the way, I'm not going to let the sheriff department know about this. We're gonna keep you off the post office window. No pictures. But yeah, man, what a great score that was. All right, guys, this is Silver 5150 telling you that your stack is not whack. All right, and 2 ounces to your name puts you above 99% of the game. You know this. All right. We're signing out with the Mechanic. You guys have a great rest of the weekend, and we will catch you on Monday with the morning update. Like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you do subscribe, please click that notification bell to all to get more content like this. This is Silver 5150 and Mechanic signing out. We'll see ya.